what's up everybody? Today we're going to go over my mock draft 3.0. Alright, this is the third one of the year for the site, for the channel. If you missed my previous two mock drafts, go and check that out. I will have links in the description and at the end of the video. Okay, so I have, as you guys know, when I do my mock drafts, I do them more scenario based, situational. What happens if we do this? What happens if we draft this position first? This types of thing, okay? So for this 3.0, my goal is to come out of this with more top 100 picks and to bail out of that number 10 pick. So without further ado, guys, let's get into the mock draft. This is serious? Camo time. Ready? Here we go. All right, guys. Mock draft time. Here we go. Let's kick this thing off here in the first round. All right, guys. So here it is. Here's the trade that we're making with the Miami Dolphins. We're going to get their 18th pick, 36th pick, and 123rd pick. All right. So we're moving from 10 to 18. These are the picks that we're getting. Let's look and see what we're going to do next. Here we go. All right. Everything's going as planned. So we did the trade with Miami. So now we're at 18. Now Steelers are they want to move up with us with 18 picks. So we're going to trade with the Steelers. We're going to get their 24th pick, 55th, and 87th pick. All right, so let's go ahead and get the draft rolling here.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
All right, guys, so here at the 24th pick, the Cowboys are taking Richie Grant, the safety out of UCF. Okay, this is the pick that we traded down twice. This is the 24th pick from the Steelers. Going with Richie Grant. You know, I don't think he's going to make it to the second round. So this is my plan. This is my scenario. If you want a safety like a Richie Grant, maybe even Trevon Merrick, if that's your cup of tea, I think in the 20s is where you're going to have to grab one of those two, if not both, you know, somewhere in the first round. I don't know that either one of them makes it to the second round. You know, safeties, they do get pushed up as we get closer to the draft right now. You know, some of these mock drafts are taking them in the second, including some of the ones that we've done in the Frisco report. But to be realistic, I'm going right here. Trading down, like I said, I want more picks in the top 100. So the two trade downs, and then I grab the safety that I want, that you need to run this Dan Quinn defense. You need that single high safety, cover 3, can cover a lot of range. You know, I've covered him before. If you missed that video, go back and check that video out there. But Richie Grant, who's going to be my first pick in the first round.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select
Liam Eichenberg. This is going to be the pick that we acquired from the Dolphins in that first trade down. Number 36 pick in the second round. Liam Eichenberg, offensive tackle out of Notre Dame. Left tackle. Doesn't give up any sacks. 0, as a matter of fact, in 2019. And, you know, you don't get very many pressures. You don't get very many quarterback hurries. 0 forced turnovers from the opposing edge rusher during his career there, his senior year. So senior year didn't give up any forced fumbles, anything, strip sacks, nothing like that. So Liam Eichenberg, you know, he had the opportunity to be there at the Senior Bowl. He had a family issue. He couldn't participate. But a great pick here. I think this is where you're going to need to get him. He may go in the first round. He's a lot better than some of the other names that you're starting to hear being tossed around. But you want a 10-year offensive tackle. You want a 2-contract player. Liam Eichenberg is your player. All right, let's go to the next one.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
the Dallas Cowboys select
Lee McNeil, defensive tackle out of NC State. This is the Cowboys pick in the second round. Going with this player here. This is a player that I've seen from afar, people mentioning. I have not watched anybody's videos or opinions. I typically don't want to get any kind of, you know, pre-bias from other people that you know, I really do trust. I like to just see later if what I see on film matches what other people are saying. So with that being said, there's some people that I do trust in the scouting community, YouTube, and some of the guys that you guys are familiar with. This is a solid player. He's more of like a one tech, but he kind of plays like a 3. So you like that versatility, a big man. He's going to give you a lot of oomph up in the middle. You know, he's well-rounded. You know, he has a lot of speed. So he's athletic for a size. You know,
I think Mike Mack would call this guy, a dancing bear. I think this is exactly what he is. I think he can get around. He demands double and triple teams. Just a menace up the middle, tackles for loss player. This is the kind of player that you want. You want these defensive tackles that are the tackle for loss players. So, of the few that are out there, Lee McNeil is one of those players, and Davian Nixon is the other one. So, you want these defensive tackles to stuff the run, to bust up players in the backfield. This is one right up your alley. Line them up with Tristan Hill, Neville Gallimore, whoever you want, and he's gonna cause some chaos. You don't want to get gashed anymore. You want a player like this. He's going to help out, and he's going to help your linebackers as well. He's going to open up some of those gaps, some of those run lanes, and for your linebackers to seek and strike. Okay, so that is my pick there in the second round, Lee McNeil.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
Okay, another second round pick, the one that we got from the Steelers now, the number 55 pick in the second round, Greg Newsome, the second cornerback out of Northwestern. I like his size. He comes in around 6'1", 190 plus. So to get this out of the way, I think he's more of a one-year wonder. His 2020 season, really compared a lot more favorably compared to 18 and 19, when I think he was still trying, getting his feet under him, technique, confidence, this kind of thing. So you do need to consider that. But from what you see from 2020, all over the place, hitting players, playing run defense pretty good, a sound tackler. I think he reads the quarterback really well. He's able to jump routes and deflect. He has a lot of pass deflections throughout, and interception this past season. So he's what you would consider a high ceiling player. Okay. So you can develop this guy. You can put him in the lineup right now. Line him up next to our boy Trevon Diggs, and I think we can go to work. On top of everything else that we're going to do in free agency and the draft, you're getting this pick from the Steelers, and you're getting a pretty solid cornerback, Greg Newsome. All right.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
Some point in this draft, the Cowboys are going to need to double dip at cornerback, and I think, right here immediately in the third round, we're going to go cornerback, and we're going for a nickel. This is going to be Trey Brown in the third round out of Oklahoma. I think we're going to lose Jordan Lewis, and Trey Brown, he'll be able to fill that position immediately. You want to put him in there, maybe they're going to go with Anthony Brown and bring him up, but at some point you'll see more action out of Trey Brown. You can get him some action in special teams as well. I like his feistiness. I like what he did in the Senior Bowl practices, and I thought he had a pretty solid career. Not a ton of interceptions, but he can, jump some routes, and he'll hit you. He'll do some run support. This is what the Cowboys need more of. There was a time when the Cowboys had a lot of finesse cornerbacks, and I think they've done a lot better job here recently getting more physical, cornerbacks, whether it's a Jordan Lewis, Cheeto, Trevon Diggs, and these kinds of things. But before that, we had a lot of finesse guys that didn't want to make tackles. Okay, so you put in Brown here, and I think you're good to go. They're in the nickel. All right.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select.
Okay, we're still in the third round. This is from the Steelers. This is their third round pick, 87, the one that we acquired in the trade down. So I'm going Quincy Roche here, defensive end out of Miami, a Temple transfer. He entered the transfer portal the season before, and he transferred over from Temple. So he graded out pretty good there at Temple. One of the more, consistent pass rushers. Lots of pressures, getting in the quarterback face. Those almost count as sacks because you're affecting the flight of the ball, the launch points, and this types of things. So I like what he does in that regard, but he also does really well in run support. So if you're looking to add somebody, another young body to possibly pass the torch to, I wouldn't call him a DeMarcus Lawrence clone, but he does have a lot of DeMarcus Lawrence traits. He does have some bend, but not as good as DeMarcus Lawrence, but he can rush the quarterback. He plays the run well. So if you need to take Lawrence off the field and you put Roach in there, you're gonna get good value from him. And I think this is somebody the Cowboys really need to consider, Quincy Roche.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
The Dallas Cowboys select
Okay, going to go with a linebacker here. Cowboys are going to need to add a linebacker somewhere in this draft, possibly more than one. Okay, but here in the third round with our comp pick, Baron Browning was still on the board, so I took him out of Ohio State. I've been a big Browning fan for a while, but honestly, I think a lot of those linebackers from Ohio State, they could be on the Cowboys' radar, whether it's Justin Hilliard, Baron Browning, Pete Warner. They have a really good defense. There's a reason why they were able to get into the championship game. Obviously they ran into a buzzsaw there with Alabama, but these guys have been consistent a lot throughout their collegiate career. And Baron Browning, I think, is a player that can give you somebody that you might even be able to get a second contract out of. I think he's a really solid player. Comes in around 6'3", 230 or so, and I like how he reads the eyes of the quarterback. He doesn't fall for the eye candy. I've covered that before. Plays the run well. And that sort of thing. So somebody the Cowboys might have an interest in. He had a good Senior Bowl, and let's see what the Cowboys do. But this is who I'm taking in my mock draft.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
the Dallas Cowboys select
Jay Tufele in the round 4, number 115 in the NFL draft. Cowboys get a versatile player, somebody that's going to be your answer for the departing Tyron Crawford. This is the type of player the Cowboys look for. And somebody that is key to their defense, no matter who's been running it the last couple years. I don't think that'll change, even with Dan Quinn in the fold. So if you want somebody, it's an upgrade. He's an upgrade over Tyron Crawford. And I think he has a higher ceiling, obviously. And so what I like about him, he can play on the inside at your defensive tackle. He can give you some 3-tech flex, and he can play on the outside. Okay, he can play the run. He can pass rush the quarterback as well. Now, is he good in either of those? I like him better as a run defender, but I like what he can give you on the edge as well. So his technique is kind of loose for me. It's kind of wild at times, but he has a high motor. I mean, he's gonna make a beeline towards the quarterback, whether or not he gets there. He will give it a hard try. And I think as long as you have some of these traits and you have something that you can mold, which I think Jay Tufele is. To me, he's like a ball of Play-Doh. He has a lot of potential and some traits. This is somebody that Dan Quinn and hopefully these defensive line coaches can mold and perfect his art. All right, so that's who I'm taking there.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
the Dallas Cowboys select
Okay, in the 4th round, I was really looking to try to get Trimble, the tight end out of Notre Dame. I think he's a solid, underrated tight end. He'll block the heck out of you, but Hunter Long was still on the board here. A lot of the tight ends were starting to come off the board and getting wiped out. I like what I've seen from him before, and I like some of the reports that I've actually seen from Dane Brugler as well. I thought he had a pretty good Senior Bowl as well. He had some good practices over there. So I think there's someone that you can bring into the mix, have him compete with McEwen, and see what they go from there. I don't know if they'll be able to keep Dalton Schultz. I think Dalton Schultz is somebody that's going to shine. And unfortunately, if he has another season like last year, he's probably going to have a pretty good market in free agency. So you need to prepare for that. So let's see, But if there's a tight end here still available that you'd like, for me, it was Hunter Long still available. And that's what I took here.
The National Football League has the card. The pick is in.
the Dallas Cowboys select
All right, it's my boy Shi Smith. Welcome to Cowboys Blog Mock Drafts. This is somebody that I really liked in the Senior Bowl. I thought he really shined. I thought he had really good hands. Showed some fleet foot out there at the practices. In the game, I thought he brings a lot to the table. And if you don't think the Cowboys are going to draft a wide receiver somewhere in this draft, you're going to be wrong. You're going to want to place a bet on this, and you're going to hit on it. Because Mike McCarthy, like I said, he's going to add more wide receivers. Yeah, Noah Brown, Cedric Wilson, you can do better. All right, let's cut that out. So he's going to want to get some more talent in here. Shi Smith, possibly, if he's available here. I thought about taking a wide receiver earlier, in the 3rd round range. But here with the Cowboys comp pick in the 4th round, he was still on the board. And like I said, I want somebody else to replace CeeDee Lamb in the return game. You don't want to keep him back there. Okay, they didn't do that with Dez. Dez did it his rookie year. That was it. They saw his worth. You see the words of CeeDee Lamb. I don't want him back there. Okay, so, you know, that needs to be a game plan here. Whether it's free agency or the draft, the Cowboys need to find another return person. So for me, Shi Smith, he does that. He has that in his bag of tricks. Let's rock and roll, baby. But that's it for this mock draft. Guys, I really do appreciate all my subscribers and members. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. Before you hit out, make sure you hit like on this video. Put a lot of work into this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the trade and the scenario that I put in place for you guys. If you want Grant in the first round, you know, this is the perfect way to do it. Trade down a few times, acquire picks, and let's get this team better, guys. But let me know what you guys think. Continue to like, subscribe, and share. Catch you for the next one. Peace.